This drill here is a half line, good on good O-line, D-line drill where we have one-on-one blocks and we have double team blocks. It's on here as a reference for you. You may want to use it in your practices back at your different schools. You may want to use it during the HSPD program. The last thing on the tape here is the way we pull. This type of pull is on what we use for our two-back power play, our one-back power play. We use it for the tackles and the guards when we run toss and we pull the guards and tackles to the outside. You're going to see that they're going to hop back, cross over, and then bend to their targets. It's not on here so much for the pulling action as it is for just to show you a little bit of how we practice pulling. And again, hopefully something you could use back where you are. You see the players jumping back, trying to get depth and width from their stance, and then bending off a target. We're trying to keep the lineman's shoulders square to their target the entire length of the pull. We don't want to get turned to the sideline and then have to turn back to the second level or to the linebackers. But this is a pre-practice drill for us. You see we're getting warmed up, and this is how we can get a lot of guys through in a short amount of time, and I'm able to see every one of them. As we go through our pass protection teaching progression, you're going to see that we break down the drills into the same three categories we did for run blocking: approach, contact, and follow through. This first drill is called demeanor wave, and you're going to see we're going to put these two players, we're going to push them out here in front of the numbers, we're going to put them in the exact body posture that we're looking for in our players. Feet outside the hips, knees inside the ankles, knees over toes, chest out, butt out. And I'm going to pull it back here just to the very beginning. You see that's pretty good. The guy on the left is a little bit better than the guy on the right. But again, feet outside the hips, knees inside the ankles, knees over toes, chest out, butt out. They've got their hands up in a pass protection mode. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them, in this case, to their right, and then I'm going to tell them to stop. And you'll see here as I bring this back a little bit look what happens to the player on the left. As I stop him, he's not bracing. The weight is not on the inside part of his shoe. The weight is on his entire shoe, and he almost falls over. Let's watch the player on the right of the screen here. Darnell does a better job of bracing. You see his body weight stays right in the middle. See his knee is inside his ankle. And here's a great example as you start to train your lineman, showing him this play right here. The offensive lineman on the left of the picture, his knee has rotated outside of his ankle, which puts the weight on the outside part of his shoe, which almost creates a toppling over effect, as opposed to the offensive lineman on my right, who's got his knee inside his ankle, but that allows him to brace and keep his upper body entirely over his hips. And that sounds technical, but that's the key to body control or change of direction as you go through your pass protection. So I stop them, and then I'll give them another direction. In this case, the same direction. Then I'll stop them again, and then I'll bring them back. And each time they stop, they should brace to keep the weight in the middle. I'll run this one in slow motion, and then as we finish the drill, we're going to go forward, heel replaces toe, pump our arms in front of the numbers, and then we go. So there's one example. I'm going to have a couple more here on the film, and then you're going to see a different way that we train the demeanor wave. I'm just going to let these run. You can rewind them at will, in your offices. Another key coaching point is that as they move, they reach with the foot in the direction they're moving. You want to eliminate the urge to push off the backside foot. Again, that creates a body weight swing that you're trying to avoid. All right, here's our first guys up again the second time around. Let's see if they do a little bit better. Again, what you're looking for is as you slow the film down, at any point do their knees rotate outside of their ankles. Here's another group again. 2 guys here. That's pretty good. I think as you run the drill and you stop the players, I think that's important because when they pass protect, they're going to have to stop themselves. A pass rusher might redirect outside, a lineup outside, pass rush inside, start outside, come back inside. The ability to stop your body is a trained skill. Here's another way to film the demeanor wave, and this is a little bit more conducive to having larger groups. You could set up 2 drills like this if you had a really large group or big numbers, and you're going to see they're going to move in and out of the, in this case, these blue circles, but you could use cones or hand shields. Anything you use is fine, but the key is this. In this direction, they'll go up, left, back, left, etc., but they should make distinctive movements. We're not trying to round it off or anything like that. So I'm going to let this run, and I'll talk a little bit as it goes. Again, small steps. Going forward, heel replaces toe. Going backwards, toe replaces heel. Pumping the arms, going up and back. Hands up when we're going laterally. In this case, we're moving left, so we want to reach with the left foot. Again, reach with the foot in the direction you're moving. That'll keep your body weight as stable as possible. That's pretty good. You'll also notice that as they step to their left, they're dragging the inside of their right shoe. And the reason for that is to try, again, to keep your weight in the middle. By dragging that backside foot, it helps hold your weight in the middle. So here you see they're going up, left, back, left, up, left, finish to the left. And now we'll come back the other way. Now we'll go up, right, back, right. And again, this is a good drill. It's a good warm-up. It's a good first drill of whenever during practice you start your pass progression. Again, the type of knee bend we're looking for knees over toes. Knees over toes is optimal knee bend. Less than that, you're too high. More than that, it's very inefficient to move. It's very difficult to move. You usually end up raising up before you move, which is wasted energy. Big Mike here could be a little bit lower, a little bit more knee bend. This next guy's pretty good coming down here to the right. And you're going to see we do one more drill using this setup. But again, this is a good setup when you have large numbers. Good. Now we're going to go forward. Again, the idea behind this drill is to train your body to move with your feet outside your hips, your knees inside your ankles, and your knees over your toes. So here we go to the right, then we flip our hips, we go back to the left.